Hello and welcome to Blossom Sandwich Sews. My name is Yvette and today I'm just going to do a quick video to show you the things that I have sewn up recently. I am wearing one of my shiny new makes, literally in this case. So this is an amazing foiled fabric from the new Craft House. So it was an ex-designer Daystock fabric, like all of their fabrics are. So it's got this amazing kind of lilac, very shiny foiling on it, but then the base of the fabric's like a bright blue on the inside. So the dress that I've made with this, I'll put in a picture so you can see the whole thing. So it's it's got puff sleeves, obviously, like all of my makes I'm actually going to show you today. I'm on a bit of a puff sleeve hype at the moment, clearly. So these are the Anthea sleeves, which are bound with bias binding around the bottom. And then I've done binding on the neckline as well. And then the bodice is sort of based on the Tilly and the Buttons Indigo bodice, but I have hacked it a lot to like bring it in towards the waist. I think I shortened the waist, moved the darts, lots of alterations. So this has been through lots of iterations, this bodice. It's not really the Indigo bodice anymore, but that's sort of how it started life. And then the skirt is just a gathered rectangle skirt which hits around just above my knee. You can just see my knee there, how exciting. And then I've done some inseam pockets as well. So yeah, that's I'll show you some more. I'll take it off in a minute and show you some more details, like the back, the way I've done the back, because it's hard for me to show you when I'm wearing it, and it's also it turns out hard for me to describe. So this is already take two. Yes, I'm really pleased with this. I wore it on my birthday, which was in December, and went ice skating in it, and I felt very fabulous. So yeah, I don't know where I'm going to wear this. I don't think it's really appropriate for me to wear to work, but yeah, maybe I'll get invited to some parties or something this year. I'm hoping that 2022 will be more fun. More fun will be had in 2022 is what I'm hoping. So maybe I'll get invited to some parties. Yeah, I kind of forgot that this is my first video of 2022. So Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you had some good holidays and got to partake in some celebrations and it wasn't too blighted by the Omicron. So with this dress I also made some matching accessories from the fabric that was left over. So the first thing that I made was a matching collar. So this is it's sort of based on the Bakerloo collar, but the Bakerloo is like split in two, so I just cut it out so it was all one piece, if that makes sense. And then it's bias bound, so on the Bakerloo you sort of bias bind the collar like to the neckline, but I just did a bias binding around the edge of the inside and then continued those as ties. So then it's got the ruffle on, and then it's reversible as well, so it's got this cotton floral fabric which I think goes nicely with this the shiny fabric as well. And this fabric was also from the new Craft House as well, so you can wear it either way, with the floral or with the shiny side up, and then just tie it on. So if you want a even more extra look, even more shininess going on. Yeah, the only thing I found with this though is when you're wearing it and like doing stuff, it can sort of like slip around. So I don't know if anyone else has made one of these detachable collars, if you've got any ideas about how to kind of keep it more in place. But yeah, I think that's kind of cute, kind of a fun look. And yeah, obviously it's reversible, so I've already made a dress in this fabric as well, so I want to try this collar on that dress as well to see how that looks. So yeah, I wore this dress with the matching collar for my birthday ice skating trip, and that was really fun. And I also made a matching mask as well, as is necessary for these times. So you can kind of see on the mask that some of the foil is coming away. So I just washed this, because it's a mask, I just washed it on like a standard wash with normal washing detergent, like, I don't know, 40 degrees or something. But the actual dress I've been washing more gently on like a hand wash cycle and using a gentle washing detergent, which is what I do for all my like viscose makes anyway, to stop them from like fading and try and get more wear out of them. So yeah, I'm definitely going to keep doing that and hopefully not lose too much of the shininess. But the blue inside is quite cool anyway, so maybe if it becomes blue but speckled with shininess, that will still look good. But yeah, I mean, I don't think this is going to be a sort of staple wear. It is a bit crazy, but I did enjoy making it, and because this fabric is the base fabric is just a cotton, it was actually quite easy to sew. I did have to be careful with pressing it to not burn the like foil coating, because that sort of makes it dull and like takes the shine out of it. But yeah, this was really really fun make, and yeah, fun to wear as well. It felt like, made my birthday felt like more of an occasion, even though I wasn't really doing anything. And then the other matching thing I made was this little bag, so it just fits my phone in, for if you don't want to weigh your dress down with pockets. And then I used some of my binding to make the strap. So the strap comes out in a kind of a weird place, but I think it still functions. And then I put a little buttonhole and a button to keep the flap closed. And I put some batting in because I had a spare little bit of batting, so I did some diamond quilting on it too, which I think was quite fun. And it I don't know, maybe shows the texture, kind of shows the shine of it as well. And this one I also made reversible as well, because it's a lined bag, but you can just turn it inside out and use it on the floral side as well, and that still works. So I did have to put a button on both sides, so if you had, I don't know, a really easily scratchable phone or something, that might not be ideal. But yeah, I didn't have any poppers or magnets or any other clever solutions, so I've just got a little button there. But yeah, that's quite cute. Quite a cute thing I made. I just sort of drafted this myself. The shape of it kind of started out as a pocket, and then yeah, it just went from there, figuring it out on some pattern paper. And yeah, adding the flap was sort of not the original design. I was originally going to make it with like a ruffle around the edge and stuff, but then yeah, it kind of evolved as I was making it. So that was a really fun project. I quite enjoy making like little accessories and more random things, because you get a chance to be more like creative in a way, because you can just sort of make it up as you go along, whereas with garments they use more fabric, and also they have to be actually wearable at the end, otherwise there's no point. So the stakes I feel are a bit higher with making garments, whereas if you've got leftover scraps and you're just making little accessories, then that's when you can really experiment with things, I find. So I will get changed into the next thing, and then I can also show you what I did on the back of this one before I start telling you about the next thing. So while I was thinking about this collar, I thought I would put on the dress in this floral fabric to see if the collar works with this dress. So let me know what you think, so I'm unsure about this combo of the detachable collar and this dress. So this dress underneath is a Gilbert top, so it's already a collared like shirt dress, which means that I end up with like a little sort of gap there between the detachable collar and the dress. But yeah, let me know if you think this works, or if you think that maybe it's just you know, this isn't anything. But let me know what you think. And then yeah, I said I was going to show you the back of my Alien Princess dress, which I have dubbed it. So I've done a bias binding on the neckline, and then the neck binding comes off into a tie. So I used the pattern piece and the method from the sagebrush top to do this, and the back I cut out. I cut it out like 2 pieces rather than on the fold, and then so that it's that I can have like a little gap at the back to tie up, and that makes it easier to get on and off because the neckline is quite high. So I may actually end up lowering the neckline at some point in the future, just to make it a bit more comfortable to wear, because sometimes, especially when I'm sitting down, it comes like, you know, right up onto my neck, which I don't find particularly comfortable. But yeah, that's something you can always change in the future when you know how to sew. So then with these back pieces, I sewed them together, like, so I sewed them all like to here, backstitch, and then just basted this bit closed. Then I pressed the seams outwards and like folded them under as well, so the raw edges are inside, and then I seam ripped open the basting for the opening. So that is a method which is in the Friday Pattern Company Wilder Gown pattern, for doing that's how you do the fronts, and then you have the neck tie that gathers up. So yeah, I think that's something that does get overlooked. Like when you buy a pattern, it's not just the pattern that you're buying, it's like how you you know, can learn different methods of construction that you can use for things that you want to make yourself in the future. So yeah, that is my Alien Princess dress. Is just the insides. I've just overlocked the seams and stuff. But yeah, that is the first make, and yeah, I guess now that I've put this on, I'm gonna have to get changed again, so I will be right back. Alright, outfit change number 3. I think my hair is gonna get progressively wilder through this video. So this is my next make, which is the first finished make of 2022. Well done me. And it is the Anna Allen Anthea blouse. So yeah, I used the Anthea blouse sleeves for my shiny purple dress that I just showed you a minute ago, but this is the whole pattern this time, not just the sleeves. So it's got this bias bound collar and then a button placket, and I don't know how well you'll be able to see these, but I've used these vintage buttons. And I bought those from this shop called Seeded, which is near where my parents live, near Portsmouth, and my dad plays in a brass band, and he played a set outside this shop called Seeded, and he was telling me about it, and he was like, oh, yeah, it seems like the sort of place you would really like. There's loads of Yvette-ish type people going in and out there while we were playing, and I was like, all right, okay. So he took me there, and it was really, really nice. It was like this little, they had loads of yarn, loads of fabrics, and vintage buttons as well. So I bought these vintage buttons, and I also bought some fabric to go with the buttons, but they go with this fabric as well, which I already had, and there was loads in the pack. I'll put in a picture of the fabric that I bought, which was a linen, which is also beautiful. Anyway, I feel like I've got a bit sidetracked talking about that shop, but yeah, I was just so happy to like go to a shop in person and for my dad to be like, this is something that you would like. Yeah, anyway, this is the Anthea blouse in this William Morris cotton lawn, which I bought from Sew Me Sunshine, and I bought it quite a long time ago, and I got quite a lot as well. I got like 3.5 meters or 4 meters because I was thinking of making a dress, but I've had it in my stash for ages, and sometimes when you have a fabric that's just sitting around, I'm a sort of person who will keep a fabric and be like, well, I can't use this because I've got like my plan in mind for it, so I can't use it for this other thing. But I've had it for like quite a long time now, and I haven't made that dress. So and then I've kind of realised through like thinking about my makes of 2021, and like I need, you know, some plans like I'm just not excited about, and maybe there's like a reason for that. So then I was like, well, if I don't make a dress, what could I use it for? And then I was like, well, maybe I'll make an Anthea blouse, because you know, I really want to make one, and I already know that the sleeves are great from doing my other one. So yeah, so then I was like, well, I'll just make an Anthea blouse. I'll have plenty left, so I can probably make something else with it. It's not going to be wasted. Yeah, so I'm just rambling now, but this fabric's a cotton lawn. It's really, really soft, really light and lovely, but it still kind of holds the structure of the sleeves like enough, I feel, to make it, you know, give it that impact. And then I used for the bias binding on the cuffs, but also in the neckline, even though you can't actually see that when it's on, this chambray fabric, which I think just goes really well. And then I'm not tall enough to show you, maybe if I get on the chair. It's got this really lovely curved hem detail in the pattern, which I'm really pleased with. So yeah, I really like this, and it fits quite well as well. It's quite loose, and it's dartless as well, which, yeah, I wasn't really concerned about because I'm not particularly busty. But yeah, I think it fits really well here across the chest, and then it's just nice and loose here. So I hope you all appreciate that I've put on my skinny jeans to show you this on. I haven't worn them for a while and they are tight, but yeah, I will. I really want to make some more like bottoms this year, so hopefully. Yeah, hopefully I will have more things to wear this with as well. But yeah, I'm really excited to have this, and I'm excited to make more Anthea blouses as well. I can see why this pattern's got so much hype in the sewing community, and it came together quite quickly actually. So I cut it out like last weekend, and then I just sewed it like in dribs and drabs over the week. So what all you have to do is, like, because there's no darts, that saves a stage, so you just have to, you know, sew up the shoulder seams, sew up the side seams, create the button placket on the front by just folding it over, bias bind the neck, gather the sleeves, bias bind the sleeves, put the sleeves on and hem. I mean, maybe that sounds like a long process, but I just did it in like dribs and drabs through the week. So I'm thinking about like sewing for 2022, like maybe I'll try and cut out on the weekends when I've got more time, and then sew when I've got smaller chunks of time during the week when I'm working, because cutting out is one of those things that I don't enjoy. I find it takes me an extremely long time, even when I use like a rotary cutter. So and I want to cut it out nicely, otherwise none of the bits will fit together. So yeah, that's my sort of plan at the moment. And then I did a bit of batch cutting, so I cut out 3 things. So I finished this within the week, and then I also finished my 3rd thing that I'm going to show you in a minute. So yeah, I don't want to start batch cutting out like 20 projects at once, because then if it's cut out and I don't sew it, then that fabric's kind of lost. So yeah, I'm going to see how it goes, but that is what I'm currently trying to do. I mean, it's only been the first couple of weeks of 2022, but I want to keep up the sewing momentum, and I'm feeling inspired now that it's a new year to make new things, and yeah, use some fabrics that I've got in my stash that I've had for a while and I'm excited about. So I will get changed again for the last time, and then I will show you my my last make / second make of 2022. Okay, so I'm back with my final make that I'm planning to show you in this video, and it is the ever famous sagebrush top by Friday Pattern Company. So I'm sure a lot of you will recognise this pattern with its distinctive ruffle across the front. So I think we need to just take a moment to appreciate the colours of this fabric. So this is also a cotton lawn, but it's a slightly less drapey cotton lawn than the William Morris one that I made my Anthea blouse in, but it's still really light and really comfortable. And yeah, I'm really pleased with this pattern. Look how much puff is in the sleeves. So I think these sleeves like hold their shape a bit more than the other one, just because of the structure of the fabric. And then this pattern above the bust, it's got this little ruffle, and I really like how the print on this fabric, the colours have all kind of come together. I didn't really like think about pattern placement with this. I'm not like super fond of this like orange splodge here, but maybe it will be good like if I spill some, you know, spaghetti sauce there or something. And then in lieu of darts, there is like gathering like underneath this ruffle to make more room in the bodice, and then it's generally quite loose fitting all the way around, and it's got a super deep hem. So you turn it 5 centimeters, and then you turn it 5 centimeters again and hem it. And I reread that part in the instructions like 3 times because I was like, surely? But when I tried it on, like before I hemmed it, it was quite long on me, so I wasn't sure if that was just because I'm short, but no, I think this, you know, the pattern, you do hem it a lot, and it gives the hem more structure where it's got like, you know, where it's like double folded. So yeah, I think that is I don't know, it's not really that exciting for detail, but I kind of like it. And then on the sleeves, I did a bias binding, like on the Anthea, instead of folding it over and making an elastic channel, which is what the sagebrush pattern suggests. And that's just personal preference, because I don't really like the feeling of like elastic cuffs, because I feel like in order for them to work, they kind of have to be tight to your arm, but then you've got all the sort of bunched up fabric sort of pressing into your skin, and I just find it kind of itchy. So yeah, that was my thing, my only kind of hack, my only thing that I changed is just to put these cuffs on. Yeah, I did have to cut them out twice, because the first time I like measured my arm, and then when I tried it on with my arm like bent, it was like way more bulky. So yeah, I really just hope that the puff sleeves trend continues, because it's so good for my like beefy arms, because it means that there's just room for them. I don't have to do full bicep adjustments on every single pattern. So I'm going to show you, because I thought it was quite interesting, the difference between the sleeves between the sagebrush and the Anthea. So these are the sleeve pattern pieces. So yeah, they are big. The sleeve itself is like wider than my whole body, which I think is kind of hilarious. But the actual, so this is a sagebrush one on top. So the actual width of the sleeves on the two patterns is quite similar, but I feel like the puff, like the sagebrush looks more puffy to me, but I think it's because, so they are a slightly different shape, these sleeves. I'm doing a really bad job of showing you here, but this is, the sagebrush comes down here, and then this is the Anthea. So the shaping is a little different, but the main difference is that the Anthea, you basically gather across the whole sleeve. So the notches are like here and then here, right on the other side, and you gather this whole like sleeve head basically into your sleeve. Whereas on the sagebrush, the notches are like here and here. So this like bit here, like kind of under the arm, is there's like you know, it doesn't start gathering until like here, whereas the Anthea, it gathers like basically almost all the way around, apart from the bit that's like right under your arm. So there's basically, I don't know, this much more fat area of fabric which is gathered in the Anthea. Yeah, let me know if this is making like any sense at all. But basically on the sagebrush, your like your amount of fabric that's gathered is gathered into a smaller area to get it to fit. So then it's more, the sleeve is more puffy at the top, I feel like, rather than just having the volume all the way around like on the Anthea. But yeah, let me know if that makes any sense, or if you even agree this is just something that I've been thinking about. But yeah, I'm really, really pleased with this. I love the colours. This is another fabric that I've had for a while. I bought it from Planet Make It, which I don't think is selling fabric anymore. But I think it's like a Lady McElroy fabric. I think it's called Artisan Splash or something like that, so you might be able to get it elsewhere. But yeah, this I bought originally for a dress as well, but then I just wasn't feeling the dress. I think it's the light backgrounds that have been putting me off with these two fabrics. Like, I don't know that I want a dress in light backgrounds, because even, you know, even when you're holding up to the light and you're like, yeah, this is opaque enough to make a dress, but then, I don't know, I just don't trust it, and I'll probably get dirt on it or something sad. So yeah, I've just decided that this year I'm just gonna sew my stash into what I want to make it, like not what I originally planned to make it as. So yeah, this is my sagebrush top. So let me know which of my previous 3 makes is your favourite. My rainbow sagebrush, my William Morris Anthea top, or my kind of hacked self-drafted Alien Princess dress. But yeah, I'm really pleased with all these patterns, and the instructions and everything was really good. So if you are a fan of any of these patterns, I will link them in the description below. Yeah, so then all that's left to say really is thanks for watching. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you joining me to hear me chatting about sewing, and my posting schedule will probably be quite irregular for the next few months, just because I have a lot going on at work and the like. So if you are interested in seeing more videos from me, do hit subscribe, and if you click the bell notification, you'll get a notification in your YouTube when I post a new video, whenever that may be. I've learnt my lesson of saying, oh, I'll see you next week, and then not doing it. So yes, thank you for joining me, and I will see you around. Bye!